谢谢大家啊，我姓傅，我很高兴到这个地方为我们的华人子女的教育做些工作。我本人呢是在加拿大教了一辈子书了，我是在公校退休了2年了。那我就觉得后来有机会遇到了王老师，我觉得哎呀，这是一个特别好的一个 community 教育的 community， 所以呢，我就欣然的说，嘿，我是搞基础教育的，因为我在国内学的就是教育。我是专门搞 I studied fundamental education in China even. I graduated from Teachers University in China. And later I came to Canada in early days. I was so lucky because education really helped me and my family, to be honest. So I just want to share this, my experience with the other parents. So that's why I choose.
我插一句哈，傅老师的女儿是哈佛毕业的。
Because that's the same thing. I just feel education can change people's life. I feel education is so important, and we have to get started early. That's my personal experience, and because I witnessed so many children grow up because I taught so many years. That's because time passed. In early times, I started from a rural Chinese school in the country because the Cultural Revolution thing. So that's my first experience. I taught a rural country kids. That's over 40 years ago, in the early 70s. And later, because I enjoyed the teaching, so I got a chance to go to the university when the system became normal after the Cultural Revolution. And I was lucky to go to the Teachers University. Really, I love it. It's Nanjing Normal University. I really love it. So after graduating, I taught there for a couple of years. Then I did something like people call it GRE or TOEFL, whatever. So I was so lucky. I got a scholarship from University of Waterloo and Guelph Joint Physics Program. That's how I came here in the early days. But I still enjoy teaching. So that's why eventually I went to University of Toronto to get my teaching degree. So I started teaching in public school. That's the early times in Canada. Life is not that easy, but I feel so lucky. I got another degree in education. So I started my teaching career. So basically, what I want to say is, I feel the fundamental is so important. The foundation, the fundamental education, the foundation is very important. So I put more emphasis on grade 9 and 10 because I feel like a building, no matter how tall it is, the foundation got to be solid. In mathematics, I feel grade 9 and 10, we should give them a great foundation to get started. You can go anywhere, you can get a wonderful building, but without foundation, everybody knows you cannot go anywhere. So for grade 9 and 10, basically, there are some similarities and some difference, obviously. I feel for grade 9, basically, all kids, even I'm teaching now with the class with grade 10. Actually, I have some kids with grade 7 or even 8. But they started in my grade 10 here. I found they're doing wonderfully because I know their parents put a lot of effort there, and the kids motivated. So I feel for grade 9 and 10, basically it's open to any kids want to build a good foundation because we just get started to build up the foundation. So really we don't need this and that to go there. There's no pre-requirement. That's my feeling. 王老师是不是这样？我不知道。我就觉得呢，就是说，我们的孩子来学9年级、10年级的课，因为他们的年纪小一点，但没有关系，有 potential， 可以这样说，我可以这样说，我们就是要帮他们养成一个良好的习惯，一个 start to think, and start to love mathematics. I know in the younger age, a lot of kids really hate. Oh my God, the other kids are watching TV or doing the other things, ask me to do homework. Sounds like not a pleasant thing for them. True, in a sense. But really later years, they will appreciate very much. I think a certain pressure parents should give. I don't mean give them too much, but a little bit of pressure is important because they're young. They're not realize the importance. The same thing for my kid. I remember I pushed my kid in grade 9, 10 years, definitely. Mother especially pushed a lot. For example, she started in grade 9, and we push, you have to self-taught some grade 10 stuff. And we know the key subject, math is the key. All the other kids are playing, watching TV or whatever. Why should I do? I'm good enough at school. You know, that's kind of rebelling. Every kid have that kind of rebelling. But I think persistently, we push a little bit, and eventually, she loves math. Because in the school, she's doing better than the rest, obviously, because we give them a good start. And that would be so beneficial. That's why I'm saying education changes people's life. I really feel that way. Because my kids in grade 12, 11, and 12, we don't need to push anything. She wants to be the best. She wants to get the math contest, the top of the school or whatever. She motivated. Even we feel, no, slow down, do something else. No. So that's my personal experience. So a lot of kids, a lot of people, parents may feel, oh my God, should I push them when they go to school feel bored and learn this already? No, I don't think so. My personal experience. Because my kid learned more. So when in her class, she can help the other kids like a small teacher, younger teacher. I mean, the teacher appreciate it, the kids appreciate it, and build up her confidence. So it's not like, I know she's lucky in that kind of environment maybe, with a great teacher surrounding. So she went to the best school, to be honest. I feel that way. You know, she went to Harvard, too. I even graduated from Harvard. I went to the graduation, and she was the top student on Dean's list because that's a foundation given. It doesn't matter which way to go. Things are so funny because mother wants her to be a doctor, and I want her to be an engineer, but she said, no, I really don't have that interest. I said, you're so good in math and science, why not go into the field you love? But she chooses to go to business. But it's okay, still the foundation. Help, even sounds like she may not use trigonometry or vectors or something like that, but the way of the training through the learning process of the mathematics, I mean, that's so much beneficial for problem-solving skills. And that can put you in any spot you want. And you can handle all those pressure. You can. Since she learned, you know, for example, it's not, I'm just tell my personal experience. She worked for Wall Street, you know, Goldman Sachs. She worked there for 4 years, Goldman Sachs, if you know that company, on Wall Street, because she said, oh, I study business. I should go there to work there. You know, you handle the pressure. Most people cannot handle the pressure at Goldman Sachs. She worked there for 4 years, and she decided, no, I want to change my life, go somewhere else. So she went to San Francisco to work on Silicon Valley for a while. You know, and now she realized, oh, I want to do something for a small company. Then I can learn some from what I learned and to manage a company. And she can do basically whatever she wants to do. It's reachable. So that's what I'm saying. The education is a magic. Like 20 or 30 years ago or 20 years ago, you are the kids like other people. But 10 years later, the huge difference you cannot imagine. And that's the power of education. But where are the power come from? I feel the foundation again. Even though we're not fancily talking about our calculus vectors, they're so excellent, so important. But without the foundation, you won't go that far. Because we have a different approach. I know those are very intelligent or more math-oriented people for IB math. But for me, I feel, you know, for me, the student come to my class, I focus on curriculum. So that way, they will build confidence because it's in line with what we do in the regular Ontario schools. So your kids, right away, will have something parallel. So that's our course purpose. Different course has different purposes. So you have to choose, depends on your kids' need and the time and age group. Yeah, for grade 9 and 10, I appreciate, I think welcome any level will be beneficial for the building up the foundation. But for high level, you have to choose if you're ready or not. That's my personal opinion. Yeah. Okay, because grade 9 and 10, let me say it that way, I put them together, is a fundamental for algebraic skills. We learned math, everybody learned that. So algebra is a foundation, and also geometry. And also we combine them together. It's called analytic geometry in the past, but now because we combine together, so we have put the basic algebraic skills and problem with the graphs, with those kind of things together. Like grade 10, we put more emphasis on quadratics. But why we put so much on grade 9, we put so much on line. A straight line is the simplest thing, right? Anything straight line is the simplest. So the algebra related is simple, obviously, but for that age group, it's perfect. Because through that, they learn a lot of related problem-solving skills. For grade 10, we introduce the quadratic. A little bit more complicated, it's a curve. So of course, the algebra will be more complicated. But if you really understand it, those kind of things is the foundation for grade 11 and 12 and IB. But I feel the fundamental, you have to be there. If not there, you're just building building in the sky, building a house in the sky, that won't be solid, right? So that's a common sense. So I feel, it doesn't matter which grade, every grade has their emphasis. I believe the grade 9, 10, we put emphasis on fundamentals.